Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and we are back for the next episode to my 16th chapter of the Exploring the Arsenal series, featuring me, Asian Psycho, aka Toe Sniper 98. And this time, we'll be taking a look at the forgeable variant of the G23. This happens when you forge the G23 with, I believe, 3 replica pallets, and it'll give you this revolver called the 32. I think it's called a 32 FSW, or hold on, let me check what it's called right now. 32 SW2. Oh, that's a really weird name for a revolver, but anyways, I'm not gonna question its denomination. And it is a revolver, and first of all, I would like to mention the fact that all the revolvers that come that are forgeable variants in the Gun Emporium do behave quite similarly in the fact that their reload animations are for the most part the same. Their sprint animations are for the most part the same, and the fact that they're all revolvers, English. Anyways, so yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I believe I did a review on the C1851N. I think that's what it's called. The revolver that you get when you forge the K5. And that was also a revolver, and all these revolvers perform very similarly. Their stats and their feel, though, are what make them different from revolver to revolver. And right now we got the 32. What did I say it was again? 32. SW2, yes, that's right. The 32 SW2. Once again, I'm not really too sure even now if that nomination is correct. So if I do get this pistol's name wrong, please tell me. I don't want to look like a complete idiot here. But for the time being, I'm gonna call it the 32 SW2 because that's what my video file says it's called. So hopefully, I didn't label it incorrectly or anything like that. So let's get right into the stats. God damn it, I didn't even bring up the stats while we're talking about this. And anyways, while I'm bringing up the stats here, I guess I'll just talk about how it feels overall. First of all, I would like to point out, I would like to throw out there that the 32 SW2 does feel a lot stronger than the C1851N that you get from the K5 forged. And if we bring up its statistical damage here, or its stats that Nexon gives us. Here they are, and the damage on the 32 SW2 is at a solid 70. So this, like any other revolver, is a strong 2-shot kill. And I mentioned before in the C1851N review that sometimes it didn't feel like it was a 2-shot kill. In fact, I had to shoot like people 3 times or something like that to take them down. The 32 SW2, you don't have to worry about that. It is a consistent 2-shot kill. I've only had to deal with a handful of like tankers who tanked more than 2 shots, and that's saying a lot because I did play around with a lot with this gun after when I bought the G23 for an extended amount of time at one point, but maybe a couple months ago, and it was a lot of fun using this gun, and it was very strong, so that says a lot. So it's not gonna. Most people aren't gonna be able to tank this handgun or this revolver like they do with other revolvers, so that's a good thing. His portability is at a very, very high 93, so that's a 3-point increase from his original G23 model, and this is really surprising because revolvers are typically supposed to be really heavy, but whatever, I guess. I mean, Nexon can do whatever they want with its stats, and I for one will not complain because 93 portability, that's really fast, so might as well use it, right? The rate of fire is at a meager 12, though, which is understandable because this is a revolver. You're not going to be spamming around at anyone anytime soon, right? Otherwise, it'd be like overpowered. So, whatever. Rate of fire shouldn't really be much of a concern because you are trading off rate of fire for a hell of a lot of damage. Because I mean, it is a revolver, so you're going to expect 2-shot kills most of the time, and you're going to have to sacrifice your rate of fire for that. Moving on to its accuracy is increased, surprisingly enough, by 6 points at 6, and it does have a smaller spread than do most other pistols. I mean, most revolvers do have a smaller hipfire spread, no matter what kind of movement you're doing. Like if you're walking, you're sprinting, you're crouching. Revolvers typically have a smaller spread than do other weapons, and yeah, that's always a good thing, right? And recoil is at a 70. For the most part, you don't have to worry about the recoil because, I mean, recoil, it's a revolver. You're gonna have time to recover from your from each from like a per shot recoil. So recoil, even though it's at a pretty high 70, you don't need to worry about it. And the other recoil statistics that I normally talk about, the recoil what is it? Spread, the kickback, the controllability. Those you don't have to really worry about because this is a revolver, so it's not like you can spam it like the G20 that you can do with like the G23 or K5. So the recoil spread is typically gonna stay the same, and because if it's really slow rate of fire, your revolver is gonna have more than enough time to settle back into its original spread before you fired a shot, so you don't have to worry about that. Recoil kickback, once again, the slow rate of fire will negate the fact your recoil kickback per shot. So once again, you don't have to worry about that either. And the recoil controllability, you don't really have to worry about that either because of the mention I just mentioned. So there you go. Let's go on to the other ones that I do normally talk about. Tapfire Ability, I mean, it is single fire, so Tapfire Ability is like, of course you can do it, right? The Sprint Drawback. The Sprint Drawback is very fast, as with most handguns. So you don't have to worry about that too much. The draw speed is not only very fast, it's also completely silent. And I mentioned the fact that there are only some weapons in this game that have a completely silent draw animation. The 32 SW2 is one of them. So when you're trying to go put your Sneaky Beaver mode on, you don't have to worry about the 32 SW2 giving you a position away to like people who are trying to sound whore you for your location. So that's a good thing, right? The center speed, don't worry about that either. Once again, for the same reasons like I mentioned for my recoil reasons. Let's see. The reload speed is very quick, and the reload animation, like I mentioned before, is completely identical to most other forgeable revolvers that are available in combat arms. The fire modes, it's only available in single fire, so I mean, you're not gonna be going bursting with the revolver, right? And as for its luck, surprisingly enough, the 32 SW2 is very lucky for whatever reason. At least in my opinion. So it can get me some headshots whenever I need them in like a clutch situation. But once again, I like to emphasize that you shouldn't really base your skill off luck, because I mean it's luck, right? And yeah, just don't assume that you're gonna get a headshot every time, because it's not that lucky. It is pretty lucky, but it's not that lucky. For his ammo capacity, I believe it has 8 rounds out of 24. Either that or it's 16. 8 rounds out of 16 or 8 rounds out of 24 in reserve. So I'm gonna have to check up on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 24 because most of the forgeable revolvers do come with 32 bullets. 8 in the wait, hold on. What did I just say? 8? What the hell? I meant 6. Whoops. Never mind. Oops. Done goofed. 6 bullets. Well, it doesn't make any sense. A revolver holding 8 bullets? What the hell? So it does hold 6 shells. Shells? Is that what they call the bullets? I'll just call them bullets. I was thinking of shotguns for a moment there. What the hell? So the 32 SW2 does hold 6 bullets in the cylinder and 24 in reserve. So you got plenty of ammo. At least you got double that of the, or nearly double that of like an Anaconda Black that you can get normally from the GP shop. So yeah, that's a good thing. You got lots of ammo. And the key physical characteristics. Now, this 32 SW2 does look a little bit bulky in terms of its cylinder size. In the first-person view, you can really see that the cylinder that holds the actual bullets, it looks very bulky. And at first, I was kind of uncomfortable with like seeing that on my on my HUD, but eventually I got used to it. And yeah. Whenever I think 32 SW2 and what it looks like, I always think really big cylinder. And yeah, hopefully none of you get any ideas there. But anyways, moving on. Oh god, hit my mic there, but a little bit. Anyways, muzzle noise. It has a very kind of short like blast. Like is that? I can't really make gun noises very well, but it's got a very short and kind of high-pitched, not really high-pitched, but it is definitely on the higher frequency side of on the audio spectrum, I think that's what it's called. And you'll definitely be able to hear it, but because it's not like a really echoey report, so it's like a really short one. So that's how it sounds like, I guess. And I mean, you got the gameplay here, so you guys probably know what it sounds like by now. As for its attachment options, you can't really attach anything on it. I mean, it is a revolver. For the most part, you can't really attach. I think for all revolvers in combat arms, you can't really modify them any further. So, oh well. Fire team worthy? It depends. If you prefer using power pistols in fire team, then go ahead, be my guest. It is a lot better than other. Sorry about that, I had to burp. It is better than other power pistols because of the fact that it holds much more ammo. The Desert Eagle only holds like 14 bullets, whereas the 32 SW2 holds like 30. So, which one are you gonna choose then? And as for Quarantine, I would suggest it because Nexon gives it a 93 portability, and that must mean that it's really fucking fast. So you need all that speed, all that you'll be able to use all the speed that you can get. So just going free running or running away from those zombies, and it packs quite a punch. So why not? As for my frank personal opinions, I do enjoy using the 32 SW2 a lot more than I do with the C1851 and the K5 forgeable variant. And I hope you guys do take the time to forge a G23 if you got the replica pallets, that is, and using it for your own benefit, because this revolver is very fun to use. Also, before I forget, I would like to mention the fact that for the Anaconda series, and I think there are certain other revolvers that have this weird quirk too, but for the Anacondas at least, whenever you fire, there's a slight delay when you first left click and when your gun actually fires a shot, and that may or may not throw some people off because they're used to like instantaneous response from their weapons. But the Anaconda series don't do that, and I'll detail that. I'll talk about this again when I do the Anaconda Black Revolver series later on down the road for my Exploring the Arsenal playlist. But the 32 SW2 and the C1851N, I don't know if I mentioned it there or not, but if I didn't, here it is. The 32 SW2 and the other K5 revolver forgeable variant thing, they both are instantaneous response weapons. That means that if you left click, it will fire as soon as you left click. There's no delay bullshit that the Anacondas have. None of that crap. I personally don't really like it, but I was forced to get used to it because I really like using the Anaconda 8-inch. But for the 32 SW2 and the C1851N, they are both instantaneous response weapons, and they will fire as soon as you push that left click button on your mouse. So that's a very good thing. Anyways, guys, this has been the 32 SW2 review, the last kind of real variant. Well, it's not really a variant in itself anyway, but it's a affordable variant of the G23, and I hope you guys have